Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for Wednesday, the 22nd of February. It's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, by all means, utilize the reading. I believe the readings find us when we need them, not when they're originally created for. So if it makes sense to your situation, by all means, utilize it. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of the daily videos. In there is some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using, how to follow me on social media. You can also reach out to me either on my Instagram page or my Facebook page for a private reading. Know that I will never solicit you for a reading from those sites. And then please, by all means, there's easy ways of supporting the channel. If you enjoy the content, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, or leave me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate all of that. I will be referring back to the Sunday reading, which is the underpinning energy. So if you hear me talking about cards that we don't see in this reading, I'm talking about that populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading. You can always check that out. All right, let's see what the card is for today. Okay. It is the Hermit. Wow, lots of major arcana this week, guys. Yesterday we had, did we not have oh no, the day before we had Temperance. We also had some major arcana in the Sunday reading. The Hermit is Virgo energy, but this is about going inward. This is about doing a deep dive inventory of how we might feel at our deepest, darkest places of self, right? I don't feel this is a bad card. The Hermit's never a bad card. Hermit's about an inner spiritual journey that one must take, right? And then they utilize sort of the truth of the light of what they know to be true for themselves to find their way out of the darkness, essentially. We had in the Sunday reading the Judgment card kicking off with that Queen of Pentacles in the midweek. She pairs nicely with this Hermit card. And I do feel like I said, there's this big shift or transformation that's taking place for most of us. Ideally, this Hermit is about going in and gathering that information that we need, that truth that lies within us, that will sort of help, in my opinion, assist with this transformation. It may not be a truth that everybody agrees with or understands. The Hermit is very much a personal, solitary card. So whatever this truth is that we're finding within ourselves or that we're listening to or we're using as our guiding light, it is our truth, right? And we have to ground in that truth and manifest from that truth. That's the Queen of Pentacles influence underneath this, right? It's going to inform our decisions in such a way that I feel like, I don't know, I get this feeling that it may not be a popular opinion, so to speak, right? We might feel like we're on our own in this decision or in this commitment maybe that we're making towards ourselves and this change. But this decision is indeed what's correct for us through this sort of soul searching and contemplation time that we've taken to go deep and find out really what it is that we need. The other thing that's interesting is there's this door behind him that looks like it's closing and he's coming forward in the dark and the snow with the light. We are, like I said in the Sunday reading, I feel like we're switching timelines here. I know that sounds really esoteric and weird, but it feels like we're making decisions to branch out on our own by our own truth, or by the truth that resides within us, and we're using that truth as a light, even if we don't necessarily know where the outcome may lead. And part of the reason why I say that too is the end of the week card was the Death card, which we've also seen in the clarifiers. And death is the great unknown, right? And so the Hermit journeys off into the great unknown using the truth of the light of what he knows to be true for him within to guide him through the darkness of that transformation. I really do get this feeling. If you guys aren't transforming or you don't feel like you're dealing with anything major, let me know. But all of these major arcanas indicate that something is shifting in the way we relate to our world, interact with our world, what things we give our attention to in our world. They should be shifting in major ways, is my feeling this week. The healing mantra is celebrating simplicity. And it says, I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. That makes sense with the hermit because he would be all about just taking care of himself, his own perception, his own viewpoint, not from a place of selfishness, just from a place of cutting back the detritus or the hyperbole or the bullshit of others and their needs and their wants and their thoughts about life and listening only solely to their own truth. And bringing it back to a place that is very simple, going inward and finding that simplicity within ourselves. I will say this, the next card is also expressing free will. And to me, within this simplicity, we may find our own free will as different than what we thought it was or what other people need it to be. And we have to remain true to that free will or to that simplicity that we are embracing and using maybe as our new light, our new guide in our life. If we find ourselves wanting to cut away certain people, situations, predicaments, ways of being that no longer serve us, now is the time to do it. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. When there are fewer details to manage, you are able to receive more joy. The more commitments that pile up in your life, the less likely you are to find the time to take everything in. Once all moving parts have been arranged in a proper working balance, simplicity can be celebrated, and you glean the most benefit from your reality. This mantra is ideal for creating stronger boundaries, healing your inner people pleaser, and finding moments of serenity. And there's definitely serenity to be found in the hermit, right? Because we're taking our own counsel, we're seeking our own truths. And that brings us maybe a simplicity and a serenity with it. Let's go to the clarifiers. We have the Knight of Pentacles. He buffets nicely with the Virgo energy of the hermit. He's also not going to move when he doesn't want to. He's going to make every decision quite carefully. High Priestess, which is Piscean energy. She's about secrets, but she's also about withholding her knowledge for herself. She's kind of like the counterpart to the feminine counterpart to the spiritual wisdom of the hermit. We are in Pisces season right now. Excuse me, needed coffee. Which leads us to want to dig deeper, go deeper into our feelings, our emotions, our intuitions, and figure out what is true for us. Standing solid in that truth. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow, sometimes stagnant energy, right? But he's not necessarily stagnant. He's just, to me, I believe he's being strong, sturdy, secure, and then finding that truth or that wisdom within the Hermit and the High Priestess and making that our own new truth, our own new reality. The Five of Pentacles is about sort of being left out in the cold or maybe having to give something up. And I think that I talked a little bit about that in the clarifiers with that Death card in Sunday's reading. There's a Two of Pentacles, like making a choice. I think that there could be a fear that if we commit to this simplicity or to expressing our free will, we might alienate others or others may leave us behind or things will change in ways that might feel unsafe or unsatisfactory or feel like we're being left alone. But I kind of get this feeling that we want that. There's strength in that. There's strength in the wisdom of the Hermit and there's strength in the secrecy of the High Priestess. Utilizing this Pisces new moon and Pisces season to tap into our own internal wisdom, our own intuition, our own emotional strengths, and grounding in those and starting to create from those places is going to actually be a good thing for us, if that makes sense. Even though we're 3 months into the new year, the new calendar year, we're at Pisces season, which is the end of the astrological year. So right now we should be cleaning out whatever it is that's not been working for us, taking a deep dive and a look at the emotional or intuitional inventory of what we've been doing the year previous and shifting that into something that maybe is more simplistic or more in line with our free will. Here is the grounding stone. It is on malachite, which is our heart chakra. Again, that brings us into that Pisces sort of emotionality. But it's inspiration. What inspires us? Finding the truth of that inspiration. Inspiration, like the root word is spirit. You know, what is true to our spirit and what we need, what resonates with our heart chakra. Dedicating ourselves to that, grounding in that. And even if we only keep that as our secret, you know, new truth, allow that to be and allow the simplicity of that new truth to guide you forward, regardless of what might be shed in the process, is my feeling. That's that Five of Pentacles. We don't need to worry about being left out in the cold. There's something out on the other side of this that we don't necessarily know or understand. That is your reading. By all means, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave me a comment and let me know if this is making sense to you guys. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Go inward and trust everything that you learned today. All right, take care. Bye-bye.